Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to Duct Tape Customs. I'm trying to get these videos out a little more often. I'm going to work on the rear end today, get the rear diff put in place, and make some brackets to hold it there temporarily. And I got some lights put up in the garage here, so there's a little more light back there, so it's not a dark dungeon back in the back. And I'm going to try not to do so much time lapse. I'm going to try and talk to you guys and explain what I'm doing. I'm not good at that. I'm not explaining what's in my head out loud. I have what's in my head going on, but it's hard to put it out there for everyone else to put it in their head to see what's going on. But anyways, that's what we'll try today. Let's get to work. A little bit of time lapse first, but let's get the rear end put in. Okay, I got the diff up there. I was hoping I could just sneak the half shafts in the axles here, or in the hubs, without having to take it apart, but I'll just take this one off and slide it in and get it centered up. Well, that didn't go well. I stripped out not three of the bolts, just the head, the hex head. I guess I'll weld another bolt to the end of it. Get it out that way. I've seen a lot of other guys trying to get those out and stripping them or breaking them. It must be a common problem. Well, I'll just try another way. Well, that ain't gonna work. I guess I'll just cut them off. Do it a different way. Alright, I got those bolts cut out. There's no bolts holding this side in. Those ones are still in. And I got it all in where I want it. But it's very bound up. From the distance from there to there, I think, is too narrow. So I gotta find out what the hub face is supposed to be from where you bolt the wheel on the right and the left side, and make sure that I have it correctly, which I don't know if I do. But if nothing else, I will have to cut these brackets off that I have holding the spindle in place and move them out accordingly, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just a little more work. Oh, that doesn't move very well. That just means if I have to push these out a little bit, the truck will be wider in the back when I finally get the wheels for it, which I don't know when that'll be. Gotta find the right ones. But anyways, I will find that measurement and we'll get back at it. Okay, as you saw, I moved the mounts for the rear spindles, I guess, now. Is all they are. Move those out. I could not find on the internet what the actual hub face is supposed to be. Let's put the rear half shafts back in and see if they fit any better. My thumb! Ow. Tighten that on there so it doesn't go anywhere. Much better. All right, now that I got the half shafts in, they're not binding up. They have plenty of room to move, which they did not before. I need to make some brackets. That bolt on to here. a plate that I can weld on and go to the frame of the table. This action bar is welded onto the frame table. And then I have to make a bracket that mounts these from the bottom so I can hold this whole diff where I want it when it comes time to building tube to mount this and all the control arms, upper control arms and all that. So that's what I think I'll work on now, is getting this mounted to the frame table so that it doesn't go anywhere and it's in the position it needs to be in. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Got me a piece of cardboard. And I got me some grease. Just going to put the grease on here. Stick the cardboard on there. And I'll have a perfect template. Perfect. Hopefully. Not too bad. That'll work. I just need to know where the holes are. Now I'm over here. I have this 4-inch piece of flat stock that I used for the door seals. I call them running boards. I don't know why I'm calling them running boards. They're not running boards. Now hopefully I can just flip this over and copy it onto this piece. But I do have a center punch. I'm going to center punch them also. I can't center punch them if they're upside down. I can't see where the dang holes are. Let me center punch them first. Now I can find them. That'll work. And I'll just cut this off and drill some holes. And I'll have that bracket to mount to the back of the diff. I got it. Let's try it, see if it works. like a glove, or a piece of metal I drilled holes in. Let's work on the front one. All right, I have all the mounting bolts that go up. So I will have to put nuts on the top of the plate that I make. I also need to notch out the plate that I make because it does hit the hump in the rear diff. So I will get some cardboard and try and make a template again. I just use the same plate, 11 inches by 4. 4 is kind of a lot, but I don't have anything really smaller. A piece of 3-inch would be fine. But I don't have 3-inch. That will work. It's a quarter. Okay, let's go cut this out of steel. Okay, let's see if it fits. Like a glove. Now, I don't have any nuts. The right thread is this, so I'm gonna have to go get some nuts before I can weld them on there, and then the bolts will go up that way and hold it on like that. So, to the store for some nuts. All right, I'm back. It's another day. I went and got the 2 nuts that I needed. So we will, or I will, not we will, but I will. Go ahead and weld those on to this plate. And that will be ready to go. And I have done some executive thinking. And instead of using this plate that I already made, I am going to go ahead and cut out, which I was going to do anyways, but I'm going to cut out the piece out of the rear subframe that has the bushings in it for the rear diff, and I'm just going to use that so I can tie in the tubing to this piece, which I was going to do anyways, but I might as well just do it now. Doesn't make any sense to use a different plate because I can't tie in the tubing to that plate if I'm going to use this one. So I'll get those bolts welded on to that plate for the front of the diff, and then I will cut this out and we'll put that on there instead of what's there. And then I have to get this diff all leveled up. I'm going to switch out that block because it's way too big. Get the diff leveled and centered where I want it, and then I'll weld that plate somehow to the frame on the table so it doesn't go anywhere, and weld the black, put a brace on the back plate also to hold it to the frame so that the diff is in the right spot and I don't have to move it. For when the tubing comes, I can tie it all in. So that's what we're going to do right now. Doesn't have to be pretty, just don't want it to come off. Let's go put it on. I'll put that one on later. And I got this piece cut out. Left more than I needed. I'm going to clean up the edges a little bit, and then I will bolt it onto there. All right. Hopefully I left myself enough extra to tie into. Otherwise, I'll figure it out. So I'm going to get this piece of wood swapped out. And we'll level this out and center it. Make sure it's in the middle. Centered up. And go from there. Okay, I got it on a much smaller block of wood, and there's a 2x4 under there. It's not quite level yet, but we're going to work on that part now. It is at the right height. It is at the height I want it. So we'll get that leveled up, centered. I gotta turn these lights out because I'm gonna use my laser level, and get this in the right spot. So let's do that. Little time lapse. Okay, I never thought I would need 2 laser levels, but that would have been nice. But it is centered. It's level. It's exactly where I need it and want it. So now I will make some bracing to hopefully hold it in that exact spot. Somehow. I will figure something out. But that's where it needs to be. Right there. Okay, battery died, obviously, right when I was almost done. But here's what we got. It doesn't have to look pretty, because it definitely doesn't. It just has to be strong and not move and do what it's supposed to. And it does. It's just holding that rear diff right where we want it. And I got the original piece with the bushings in it already, which I'm gonna need. I'm gonna get new bushings because these are definitely not good. And I was able to weasel this in here, my Jungle Gym jig for setting these arms in place. So if you were confused, this is kind of what it's supposed to do. It's not in the right spot, so I'm gonna have to move it around. But these parts take the place of this. That way when I have tubing coming in here, I can build brackets off of this that will hold the arms all over the place. So that's it for this video. I think it'll be a short one, but I'm trying to get more out. Trying to get stuff done. So thank you everybody for joining again. This is Duct Tape Customs, and until next time, we're out.